Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today what I thought I'd do is a shelfie. I would take you through my board game collection. Now this is most of my collection, I'd say about 90%, and I'm going to take you through each shelf and show you what's there. So we'll start over here at the top with some of these guys up here. So on the left we've got Shadowrun Crossfire, which is an amazing co-op deck building game. Twilight Imperium and the Shattered Empire expansion, which are sort of the two big box games. We got City of Horror, Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, which I've only played once, unfortunately. I'd love to play that more. It just takes a little bit longer than I anticipated, and it's harder than I thought. So we got that, we got Cyclades and Kemet. Up there we have Forbidden Desert, which is obviously the co-op game by Matt Leacock. Then we have a few of these sort of small boxes here, just to kind of make up for the size. So I got Spyfall, Patchwork, and Seven Wonders Duel. All amazing games, actually. And up there we've got Tannhäuser, which is sort of kind of rare and hard to find, a bit of a hen's teethy kind of game, and in there I've got the Wolf expansion as well. So that is shelf number one. Let's go down to shelf number two. This is where I have some of the sort of more Ameritrashy kind of stuff, with the exception of obviously Dungeon Pets and Dungeon Lords, which is two amazing sort of worker placement games by Vlaada Chvátil. We got Blood Rage over here. I mean, what do you need to say about Blood Rage that hasn't already been said? It is amazing. Spectre Ops, which is a great sort of hidden movement game. And then I've got some of the Flying Frog games over here. So A Touch of Evil, and then Last Night on Earth, Timber Peak, and Blood in the Forest. Then over here, I have two games actually that I've never played before. Xenoshift. I picked this up a couple of years ago, and I don't know why it's just never gotten to the table. But yeah, tell me if I'm really missing out. And Doomtown Reloaded is the other one that I haven't played yet. It's just a little bit complicated feeling, I think, for an LCG. I think they're discontinuing the expansions now, so I may be able to pick up all the expansions for free. But I just find the rules a little bit hard to wade through. Then Android Netrunner, a game that I got when it came out, and I've got a few of the expansions in the box here, but I haven't played it in a while. It's one of those games that kind of just outgrew me in terms of its scale and complexity and what it's all about. And then, of course, the classic Dead of Winter. What more do you need to say? I'm going to move over onto this side over here. Now up here at the top on the left, I've got these three crates over here, and I'll show you those later, but in those are all my small box games. I just did that to sort of make better use of the space. And then over here we have a few little ones. We've got Warhammer Disc Wars, Elder Sign, and Mystery Rummy, which is an amazing Rummy variant. Coming down here onto the shelf below, I'm just going to go through this quite quickly. CO2, amazing Eurogame. Village, also great. Then we've got Tokaido and Takenoko, and Seven Wonders and Ghost Stories. So this is kind of the Antoine Bowser shelf. Then we have, of course, amazing Time Stories and the Marcy Case expansion. We have Concept over here, and Viticulture and Robinson Crusoe, the original Robinson Crusoe, because I'm one of those people who didn't really think it needed a second edition or a reprint. Then over here we've got Quarto and Corridor, which are two abstract strategy games, just real beautiful coffee table kind of games. I don't know if you can see the boards there, but they are really, really classy, beautiful coffee table pieces. And then obviously Concept over there. Just a great sort of charades meets, I don't know, Pictionary. Great game. Coming down we have probably my favorite shelf, which is all my, most of my Rosenberg games. Uwe Rosenberg, who's obviously my favorite designer, if you know the channel and you know me at all. So we've got Oren Labora, Le Havre, Caverna, Agricola, Farmers of the Moor, Agricola, Glass Road, and Fields of Arles. And then I've got some of my felts over here. So Bora Bora, Castles of Burgundy, Notre Dame, Aquasphere, and Trajan. Very, very nice. Coming down to the shelf just below that, we've got Lords of Waterdeep, which is actually lying outside because the box is a little bit too tall for my shelf. Imperial Settlers, an amazing card game. Tzolk'in, the Mayan Calendar, which is also a great game, but just one that I haven't been able to play much just because it's, I don't know, it just feels a little bit like style over substance, maybe. I think the idea of the turning mechanisms is more exciting than the actual game. Got Dominion, City of Remnants, another one that I picked up and have never played. Yeah, it just don't really know why I picked it up. So, yeah, tell me if I'm missing out there as well. Then we've got Alhambra, Ticket to Ride, Catan. There's some classics on this shelf. Then we've got Lewis and Clark, which is obviously an amazing card-driven game. Super Motherlode, which is an underrated little game. Brilliant, sort of Dominion meets Dig Dug. Through the Ages, one of my favorite games of all time, but it is a beast to get to the table. And then we have some down here, Space Alert, Expedition Northwest Passage, and Keyflower. Let's get down to this bottom shelf over here and just have a quick look. These are kind of a bit of a mixed bag down here. We've got Scrabble and Dungeon, two kind of big box games at the bottom. Among the Stars, Dixit, Ancient Terrible Things, which is a great game. Then we've got 30 Seconds, which is a very South African kind of trivia game. Pandemic, Splendor, Munchkin Deluxe, San Juan, Spirium, Race for the Galaxy. I've got Forbidden Island and Panic Station down there, which are the two other sort of big tin games, in addition to Forbidden Desert, which you already saw up there at the top. Then we also have Machikoro and Smash Up, and I've got a bunch of the Smash Up expansions inside the box already. So let's come back over to this side. Now over here on this shelf, I've got some, not all, but some of my role-playing game stuff. I haven't got the stuff that is stuff that I've printed out and put in a file, because I just don't think it looks as nice, so I've got that sort of elsewhere. But these are all the sort of the big books and things that I have. So starting at the top, we've got Might, which is a South African... Oops, sorry, let me focus quickly. Oh, maybe not. At the top, we've got Might, which is a South African role-playing game system and campaign setting. Apocalypse World, which is a classic indie RPG. Pathfinder and Dungeons & Dragons starter sets. The Pathfinder one is exponentially better. Got some Pathfinder books down here. Ultimate Equipment, Bestiary, and Core Rulebook. World of Darkness and Vampire the Requiem. Numenera, which you know I love. Then I've got Call of Cthulhu, and then the Call of Cthulhu sort of module set, I don't know what you would call it, story set, Mansions of Madness. Coming over here, next to those, we have a lot of my wargame stuff. So I'm just going to drop down here a little bit, pop a squat, here we go. Alright, so let's have a look. Starting on the left, we've got Fire in the Lake, which is an amazing coin system game from GMT. Combat Commander Europe, which is a World War II tactical game. Then we've got Paths of Glory, which is a World War I strategic level game, amazing. Command in Colors Ancients, which, I mean, what more do you need to say? This is a Kickstarter game, Waterloo Calafell, by Alessio Cavatori, amazing game. Twilight Struggle, obviously, what more do you need to say? Over here we have Level 7, Omega Protocol, which, as you can see, mine is beat up. I bought it secondhand just because it was so hard to get a hold of here in South Africa, and someone was selling one secondhand and I had to pick it up because I only ever heard amazing things. And of course it's never been flipping played. But anyway, and then we have Summoner Wars Master Set, which I liked. I liked Summoner Wars on paper, but I just find it's a little bit of like a lot of stuff that's easy to miss in the middle of a game. I don't know, maybe that's just me. Coming down a little bit further here, we have Mansions of Madness and the two expansions. This is the original edition. I haven't come around to getting the new edition yet. And then Tragedy Looper, which is an amazing time travel game. On top of that over here, let me show you what this is. This is my dice tray that I built. So what it is essentially is a picture frame. You can see at the back there. And I took out the back and I reversed a mouse pad. So it's got that sort of neoprene rubber backing. And then on top of that, I cut and placed a piece of cardboard. So it's really got a nice soft surface to roll on with a nice thick rim, so you can place dice and that sort of thing on there. If that's what you're into. I'm getting out of breath, but we'll make it through. We'll make it through. Okay, now we've got some Mantic stuff over here. I've got Dreadball and Dreadball Ultimate, which are two amazing sports, sort of futuristic sports miniatures games. We've got Dead Zone, which I did an unboxing for. It's also like a tactical miniatures game, and the Scenery Upgrade Pack. We've got Cards Against Humanity over there, which was a gift. Onitama and Avengers vs. X-Men Dice Masters. Down here on the side, we have my little jar of dice. This is my girlfriend's set of dice, so she likes to keep hers separate. But over here is my dice jar. Let's open it up and show you. So these are some of the dice I've collected over the years. They're not all of the dice, and some of them I've lost. But I like to keep them in this little sort of mason jar just because I think it looks nice. So let's put them all up. Okay. So a fair number of dice. Actually, that's pretty cool. Maybe I'll keep them like that. That's pretty beautiful. All my role-playing dice. So there's about 5 full sets of polyhedral dice, lots of additional D6s and D10s, because I used to play a lot of World of Darkness, and also some sort of other types of dice, like here, the Fate dice and that sort of thing. Right, guys, we're almost there. Down here at the bottom, the final shelf, before I go to the boxes up at the top, we've got Cult Express, which is, as you know, that sort of nice 3D train game. I've got these play mats, which are really, really quite nice. Let me unroll one for you. There we go. So these are just nice to play card games on and that sort of thing. Cash and Guns, 2nd edition, very nice. Descent, Journeys in the Dark, and you guys might have heard of this one. This is the Scythe Collector's Edition. Then over here, I just have some containers and... What is in here? Oh, this is a prototype, ignore that. Then down here, I've got some containers for some of my games. Mansions of Madness, A Touch of Evil, Last Night on Earth, Caverna, Agricola, and Tannhauser. I think this is the Tannhauser one. Yeah, so everything is nicely organized and kept sort of nice and safe and arranged in these tackle boxes. Let's roll this up, and then I'm just going to quickly show you what is in those small boxes up at the top. Alright, so I've got the boxes down, so let's just look at these one at a time. Over here we have Exploding Kittens, Lost Legacy, Pandemic on the Brink. I'm just kind of trying to peel the way through to the bottom layer. Tiny Epic Galaxies, which is amazing. Pokemon cards, because why not? Pokemon is legit. And I have The Resistance, which is obviously a classic hit and roll game. More Pokemon stuff. That's Empire Engine and Love Letter down there. So there's Empire Engine, Love Letter. So I suppose I should put, I'm doing this now, Lost Legacy with that, so the three are together. How beautiful is that? Lovely. Then we've got Ghost, which is a really sort of simple Richard Garfield game for kids. I'll probably give this to a friend of mine who has kids, because I don't. It's a little bit too simple for me. Oh god. Okay, so some packs of cards here, just regular playing cards, zombie dice, and in the move, that is, hey, that's my fish, and some more Pokemon stuff. So box number 1 out the way. Let's look at box number 2. We have code names. This will be a little bit easier to go through. So code names, classic, obviously. What is down here? Okay, Sushi Go, very nice little sort of pick and pass card drafting game. Then I have Reiner Knizia's Battle Line, Uwe Rosenberg's Bonanza, amazing card game. Pandemic Contagion, Munchkin Apocalypse, and then the expansion for Ancient Terrible Things, The Lost Charter. There's that. And then the other thing in here is my very first professional prototype of a game I designed, Wastelands Tribes of the Apocalypse, which is just very sentimental for me. The final box is a little bit of a hot mess. So in these 2 deck cases here, I have Star Realms and all the Star Realms expansions. So I'll put these over there for now. Then over here we got Coup, which is obviously the other hidden roll game. Bananagrams, because you know we're into those bananas. One Night Ultimate Werewolf, which is also a great hidden roll game. Social Deduction. Here we have The Resistance, Hidden Agenda, and Hostile Intent, the Kickstarter edition, which is a very generous birthday gift from a friend of mine, which is very nice. It's funny buying a birthday gift from someone, like he ordered it for me and he told me it, and I got it about 2 birthdays later because it was so late, the Kickstarter, but it was definitely worth the wait. Here we have Epic from the guys who made Star Realms, which is very nice. The Coup expansion, Coup Reformation, which is a decent expansion, but probably not worth the price, if I'm honest. Sushi Dice, The Grizzled, Citadels, Harbor, Gloom, Hanabi, 2 timeline games, and finally Musketeers. So guys, there we have it. That is my shelfie. That is my board game collection. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what's obviously missing in my collection. Tell me if I'm missing out on anything. Tell me if you see anything that you think is really cool. Until next time, thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.